Hi, I'm Kelly with People Pets, and today I'm here with the Guide Dog Foundation and some special human and obviously dog guests, and Anthony Rubio, Canine Couture designer. Why don't you guys start off by telling me how we all ended up in this room together?
I actually reached out to Anthony Rubio Designs because we were very familiar with his Canine Couture. We wanted to put together an event, which is happening on Thursday. It's called Dogs on the Catwalk, a Canine Couture fashion show. And we are just so thrilled that Anthony is going to be providing all of the fashions for this special event we're hosting for the Guide Dog Foundation on Thursday.
And some of which we are looking at now.
Yes.
And so before we go through the fashions, can you tell us a little bit about the models that are here with us?
Sure. I actually have Audrey right here. And all of these dogs actually are going they're being trained to be guide dogs for the Guide Dog Foundation. She is under a year old, and they're all Labradors. And this is Samoa, who you have. She is 12 weeks old. She's a little puppy.
Little puppy,
yes. That is Georgia.
Georgia.
She's a little bit over a year.
She's a little over a year, and she's wearing a little something Art Deco that I created, but they'll be modeling in the show on Thursday as well. There's a total of 20 dogs coming out on the show. And 20 human beings, because I also design couture for women. So they'll be coordinating the women's wear with the dogs. And we're going to have a blast. This is going to be incredible.
I'm excited. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the outfits they're wearing now and your inspiration, how you came to do Canine Couture?
Well, Canine Couture started with me a little over 12 years ago that I rescued a dog. Mm-hmm. And the dog was in need of clothing because he was always shaking. And I had taken fashion design many years earlier, so I put my skills to work and created a little something for him. And he was getting attention everywhere he went. And before you know it, the word got out. Everybody wanted something from my designs. I do everything by hand. So for instance, this dress over here, all the flowers are hand done, hand created. Wow. The whole garment was done by these two little hands. And this little jacket as well, which is all covered in sequins. And you can see how comfortable the dogs are. So there's a consideration of flexibility, breathability, the biology of the animals taken into consideration so that they're very comfortable, and there's always safety involved. So we have fun, but at the same time we look out for the pets and their comfort. Of course.
And so where do you get your inspiration from when you are making an outfit?
Anything and everything from travel, as you can see there, that's Parisian style. Art Deco, because I love Art Deco in interior design and in fashion. So she looks like a little flapper. And this is kind of Art Deco as well. And I get inspired by movies, trips to the museum, my travels. I do a lot of traveling. I have two Chihuahuas who will be in the show. They've traveled all over, and wherever we go, you know, some people pick plates and things for souvenirs. I pick up fabrics.
So it really is international.
Absolutely.
From all over.
Mm-hmm.
And for people who might not be able to get to attend the fashion show, where can people see more of your designs and potentially get a design for their own dog?
Well, for starters, I am the first designer to ever present dogs on the runways of New York Fashion Week. And in fact, I just got back from California. We did the first LA Fashion Week, so we're breaking records everywhere we go. And it's all inspired by the idea that I've been given a platform to present my artwork, but I also want to bring to light the whole idea of rescuing animals, adoption of animals, in this case the Guide Dog Foundation, which does incredible work, and I wanted to be part of it. And they invited me. It was like, if they didn't, I was going to ask if I could do it. But I enjoy doing this, and if they want to see my shows, they're all on YouTube, but they can go to my website, anthonyrubiodesigns.com. They could also reach me there, and they can see all the designs I've created, because I do Halloween costumes as well. I've done doppelgangers from Michael Jackson to Elvis Presley. So we've done them all, and these are examples of some of my designs that I've done the size of the smaller scale for my dogs. You can see I do top hats, and all this embellishment, all this crystal work is all done by hand. These take about a week to a couple of days, some of them. And it's all, like I said, it's fun to do, fun to watch, and I get the biggest heartwarming thing that I get is when I see a smile on people's faces, because when people look at this stuff, they're like, no. And the big aha moment when we come around the corner of the catwalk and everybody's like waiting in anticipation, and the first dog comes out, that's it. You're bowled over, so.
That's great. And you mentioned some of the amazing work that the Guide Dog Foundation does. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the work that you guys do?
Sure. For more than 70 years, the Guide Dog Foundation has provided guide dogs to the blind and to the visually impaired. So we have a long history. We began in 1946, and we are located in Smithtown. But we have students that come to us really from all over the world to receive dogs from us and stay with us for 2 weeks, where they receive dogs that were custom trained specifically, to help them.
Of course. And these are dogs that are provided to them with no cost to them, the training and everything?
That's correct. It is all free of charge to our clients.
That's great.
Yeah.
And so for the people who might not be able to join you guys at the fashion show, what are some other ways that they can help the Guide Dog Foundation?
Sure. I mean, we're obviously always looking for monetary donations. And people can make donations at guidedog.org. All of our funding really comes from individuals, corporations, foundations, and special events like the event we're hosting this Thursday.
And for people just joining us, could you tell us a little bit more about what that event is in case they can come?
Sure. I mean, obviously it's a fundraiser, but we're very excited that it has this fashion component on Thursday. But it will be a cocktail hour at Carlisle on the Green starting at 6 p.m. And then we'll have a dinner program. We actually have a graduate of our program who is going to be sharing her personal story on how her guide dog has changed her life for the better.
That's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
And so I also know that there are such things as puppy raisers and people who can help with
This is true.
this cutie like this on my lap right now.
Yes, yes. So we are very blessed to have more than 1,600 volunteers. We really couldn't do what we do without our volunteers, but like you mentioned, one role that we're always looking to fill is we're always looking for more puppy raisers. And basically that is a role where a volunteer takes a puppy into their home at 8 weeks and has that puppy for 14 to 16 months, teaching them basic skills, basic obedience and training in shaping them to be a guide dog one day. And they do have to say goodbye to that dog because
Right.
eventually the dog does come back to our campus, to our school, where they're working with our trained staff. I call that college. And it could be a 3-month time period where they're working with our trainers. But then, yes, they eventually, should everything, be successful, they get to come to our campus and witness a graduation celebration.
So it's like the parents watching their child go off into the world.
Exactly. And so that must be a very rewarding experience for them.
Absolutely. I imagine it is.
Yes.
And so obviously we know Halloween is coming up, which I'm sure is a very busy time for you.
Yes, yes, yes.
For all the pet owners out there who need a little guidance about maybe putting a costume or getting their pet comfortable with wearing clothes for the first time, what advice do you have?
I say do not force an animal to ever wear anything they're not comfortable with, because it breaks my heart when I see the dog ripping and tearing to get
Right.
the garment off. So never. Usually, the dogs will acclimate when they're pups. In this case, they were so comfortable. This is the first time
Yeah,
they put on
so
clothing.
everyone's just-
No, these guys just got dressed a little while ago, and they're done. They're ready to go. So, but costumes is a different story because there's a lot of gadgets and little things that
Right.
I get scared about. I don't like anything dangly, anything that the dog can get to. And people get caught up in the moment and the excitement, and all they have to do is look away for a moment, and if a dog swallows something, or you can have a very traumatic experience. So my thing is have fun, but have fun safely, and try it out in small, increments. You can start off with a bandana or a funny little hat for pictures, but don't force the dog to wear
Right.
anything.
Don't immediately jump into a 4-legged
Yeah,
costume with
it's
all
like
extra
it's not
stuff.
necessary, and again, you want to have fun. It's not fun at the animal's expense.
Of course. And so what is you say you have a lot of clients, is there a popular request that you find that you're getting a lot of?
Everything that's hot in the media and in the industry, the girls' Disney princesses, just like little girls, they want to dress the dogs as Disney princesses, which is fun.
True.
It's hilarious. The doppelgangers are always good, so whatever's hot.
A lot of Beyonce, that kind of
all that stuff, yeah. And then you've also got Minions, and those costumes are readily available. And, you know, things that you address your kids in that doesn't offend anybody, because
Right.
now we're being politically correct, so you can't really wear international garb that was once considered fun to wear. You know, it's insulting to some. So you want to take all of that into consideration, respect other people, but by the same token, have fun with it.
Yeah, of course. And what else does the Guide Dog Foundation have coming up? Is there any other events that you guys are planning for the future?
This is pretty much ending our cycle of events for this calendar year, but we host 4 events every year. This is our one major event for the Guide Dog Foundation that we do, and we're, again, so excited. This is fun for us to do. The other events that we host are a golf outing and a run walk event.
Right, so this is definitely
Oh,
the
yeah.
one to watch.
If I could
Absolutely.
interject, I had the privilege, because it was, you know, I was invited by them to come and take a look, and I had no idea what I was in for. And the tour was, my jaw was on the ground. They took me to where all the quarters of the dogs are, and it was like an army barracks, and the dogs are all so well disciplined. And then they took me through the walk through the situation rooms where they teach the dogs to train, like answering, picking up things from the floor, opening up doors, which was incredible. And then they have an outdoor facility where they have the makeshift situations that the dogs will go through, inclined streets, hydrants. And it was just so fascinating. And then I got to witness a graduation. And I was practically in tears, because I was like, it was so moving. And the people brought gifts for the dogs that they were adopting. And it's just all in all a good feeling.
Yeah,
And this is a wonderful
absolutely.
organization that's making life so incredibly easier and comfortable and facilitating life for people who would otherwise not have that. So
Absolutely.
how could you not enjoy something like this? So we're celebrating, and it's a celebration of not just fashion, but it's a celebration of the camaraderie, of the companionship of animals. And like I said, I can't say enough about adopting animals and rescuing animals, because, you know, we have to be the voices. They have no voices.
Right, absolutely, definitely. Well, once more, just for the people watching at home, can you tell us again about this event, and also how people who can't attend the event can help the Guide Dog Foundation?
Sure. We actually do have a website, which is dogcouture.guidedog.org, which has all the information about our event. But it's, again, Thursday night, 6 p.m. At Carlisle and the Green, which is at Bethpage State Park. And, yeah, it'll be lots of fun, food, cocktails, and
dogs.
and
dogs,
dogs.
yeah.
And, well, yeah, what's better than that?
Yes.
And where can people see more of your work?
They can see my work all over the internet. You could just Google Anthony Rubio. It's crazy. The notoriety that I've acquired in the 10 years, we're seeing press all over the world. I just got press in Indonesia,
Wow.
Paris. So everywhere we go, we're recognized already. And we did Fashion Week for September in New York. We did Fashion Week in LA 2 weeks ago. And now I'm ending my calendar year with this wonderful event. And then I can take a breather.
Nice. What a great
You
way for
deserve it.
both of you to end your busy year.
Yes,
This is
yes.
awesome. Well, I want to thank you guys so much for joining us, and of course all of our wonderful models who have been so beautiful and so well behaved.
I just love the look. Look at
Right?
the little legs sticking
I know
out
she
under the
knows.
skirt. It's
She
so
knows how
cute.
to work it.
Yeah.
But thank you
wonderful.
guys so much, and I can't wait for the show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us.
Oh.